television personality and 24 Hours of Le Mans champion, Justin Bell.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. And, you know, whether I'm talking about them, or driving them, or standing in a pit lane with a headset on, talking about other people racing them, I seem to spend an awful lot of my time in and around high-performance cars and racing vehicles, which is why I'm absolutely thrilled to be here today at the LA Auto Show to talk motorsports with ACURA. And that really is the theme of this afternoon. And we're joined today with really some of the top sports car drivers in the world, from veteran talent to some of the emerging stars of the future. And of course, we're all here for one reason, and that is to celebrate ACURA's incredible championship year. They've won everything this season. So before we get to the introductions, I actually want to talk about what brought us here today, but I thought a great way to kick it off would be to watch an incredible video that really does capture all their success. So enjoy. Exciting standing here, looking back on it, as actually was to be at every one of those races this year. Definitely the IMSA series is the fourth most sports car series in the world, and I think all of us are pretty excited to be a part of it. But let's think of really the extraordinary achievement that ACURA pulled off, and in just 3 short years, which is no time at all in the world of racing. With strong partnerships and the car alarm, strong partnerships and the tremendous backing of Honda Performance Development, ACURA has risen to the very top of this demanding sport. Let's look at it. ACURA Team Penske swept the drivers, the manufacturers, and the team championships with the ARX 05 in the Daytona Prototype International class. In addition, the drivers and team championships in the GT Daytona class with Meyershank Racing campaigning the NSX GT3 Evo. That's an amazingly strong list of achievements, accomplishments in a single year. And it's great to be with some of the people who really did make that happen. First of all, some introductions from ACURA Team Penske. Let's welcome Elio Castroneves and co-driver Ricky Taylor. They helped very much ACURA and Team Penske secure the DPI manufacturers and team championships. And of course, Elio is not only a 3-time Indy 500 champion, he also happens to be, most importantly if you're from LA, the past winner of Dancing with the Stars, which really, yeah. At this point we normally do dance, he and I, but we're not going to do it. And joining Elio and Ricky, let's welcome Managing Director of Team Penske, Ron Luzeski. Ron, nice to have you here. One of the most popular teams in the paddock for probably more time than he cares to remember is Meyershank Racing. Two of his top drivers, very pleased to welcome Mario Farnbacher and Trent Hinman. And they piloted their beautiful NSX GT3 Evo to the 2019 GTD Drivers Crown. So, lovely to have you guys here. And they're also here with their team principal, the man behind the team, Mike Shank. And obviously a big congratulations, Mike, because you did secure the championship weekend. And then at the end there, by no means last, 2 of the people who really were responsible for the resurgence of ACURA Motorsports program. Let's welcome John Akita, ACURA Brand Officer and Vice President. Ted Klaus, President of Honda Performance Development. Thank you guys for being here. Well, as the closest one, we'll kick off with you first. Now, sweeping 3 top-level championships in any series isn't easy. What are the unique challenges in IMSA as far as you're concerned? And how did you approach it? How did you overcome that?
Well, first off, I want to say thanks, and thanks everybody for being out here, and thanks for being partners with ACURA. Our success this year watching that was kind of cool. It was pretty neat to just relive some of that again. But to answer your question, you know, we kind of had 2 unique challenges right out the start. We had to learn how to go racing, and I say that, Penske has a long heritage of sports car racing, but it's been quite a while since we actually were racing in this division. So we kind of had to, you know, relearn what IMSA is all about, and what the competition is like, and how these events play out. So that took some effort itself, just relearning it. But probably most importantly, we had to build a team. As you said, this partnership is pretty new, and not just a team of mechanics and engineers, but we had to develop that teamwork with ACURA and their engineers, and how we integrated each other, and to become, you know, the force that we were. And our expectation, believe it or not, was to win the championship the first year. But it took us 2 years, and we had to overcome a lot. We had to learn how to finish these races, how to compete, how to balance performance versus reliability. So that teamwork and building that team was probably the biggest challenge in doing that. And because of that, we were able to check all those boxes.
And how does IMSA compare to NASCAR and IndyCar? There's obviously very different environments, but that's really the basis of the team these days.
Yeah, you're right. I would think the biggest thing is that the other divisions all have their own unique rule sets. And, you know, if we look at NASCAR and IndyCar, they both are unique in that they run on short ovals, road courses, speedways. And the IMSA series is primarily road course running, or it's all road course running, but they have the unique challenge of a 24-hour race, a 12-hour race, a 10-hour race, 5-hour race, and then a series of these sprint races. So you really have to structure your approach differently. And as I alluded to we had to balance that performance versus reliability, and we have driver changes, we have to set the car up so that both drivers, maybe it's not perfectly to their liking, but it's a compromise, and finding that balance so that we're basically the fastest cars on the track all the time.
That's a lot of nearly all the time, so thank you, Ron. Elio, as you know, Elio was such a star in IndyCar, and I've got to tell you that from a media point of view and all the other drivers, we were very excited when you were coming over to our series to be a part of it. You're now a veteran of the series. I mean, 3 years in, what is your perspective on sports car racing? Because, like you just said, driver changes, I mean, 24-hour races, things are a different world for an IndyCar driver.
Yeah, you already mentioned that I'm veteran twice, so no worries, I got it, you know, so. But, you know, one thing actually, Justin and I were good friends, obviously, and he is the only one, and he went on with a friend, but he was one of the guys who was criticizing me on Dancing with the Stars that was doing a very good job. And until I actually showed him the trophy, I was like, okay, what happened? But it was a lot of fun, and again, thank you everyone to be here. It's great to be part of this incredible manufacturer. ACURA actually, thanks John and Ted, congratulations as well, because this is it's not about us, you know, we're the only end of the puzzle, but behind the scene, the factory, the employees, everyone putting a lot of effort to win championship, and yes, it's a big dream come true, and it's great to be back. And starting now, it's going to be my 3rd year in IMSA next year. So it is for me, it's great coming from IndyCar, different cars, and all of a sudden, as Ron was alluded to, changing the driver. So Ricky is my teammate in my car, so he's taller than me, so I got to use a little bit of a cushion, you know, to reach the pedals. And imagine when you do this 24 hours, it's you need to get used to. I guess I'm the one that compromises most of the time. But I couldn't have a better teammate, to be honest. Teach me so much, especially this form of racing. It's so competitive because it's not only ACURA Racing, it's so many other manufacturers. And that's why it's a big accomplishment when a manufacturer wins a championship, because you're racing against a lot of manufacturers that are here today. We are racing against them, winning against them, showing them the performance out there on the racetrack. And everything we do on the racetrack, a lot of things translate to the car that you're going to be driving the street. So it's a big credit for everyone. It's again an honor to be part of this great team. And let's go for the Daytona 24-hour next year. So looking forward to next year for sure.
Thank you, Elio, for answering everyone's question. Ricky, does he talk this much on the radio?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
That's how happy he is.
I mean, from your perspective, for those of you that don't know, Ricky comes from a racing family. They won the IMSA Championship multiple times, many races, and then it was a really big career move for you to come into ACURA Team Penske. What was it like for you having someone from another discipline come in to share your car with you? Because in this environment, you are the expert. What was that like?
Yeah, I didn't see it that way. The special thing about sports car racing is that you get to see a lot of different specialists in different disciplines, and you don't often get to compare yourselves with other people on the same platform. So I've been driving with my brother, or with different co-drivers throughout the years, and for me being a fan of Elio and Juan Pablo and Dave over the years, it was really a great opportunity to get to drive with them and compare myself and see how I could improve my own driving by looking at their data and how they do things, and more than just their data, how they go about racing as a career. And so I learned a ton, and so it was weird when he asked me questions, because I feel like I should be asking all the questions, because as you said, he's a veteran. And so, I mean, and then back to asking questions. Driving for a company like ACURA has been in racing, in motorsports for almost every single year since 1986 when they came about. Between the ACURA side, the HPD side, and the Penske side, there's so many specialists in every single department, and so many championships along the way that if you have a question, there's somebody along the line with a really good answer.
Elio, I'll finish one question for you. What was, in a season with so many highs, I mean, it really was a very tough season, what is your biggest memory in this beautiful ACURA?
Yeah, this year was the last race. We were really strong. I mean, we not finished the podium. We didn't win, but we faced a lot of, it's 12 hours, almost 12 hours of racing, and but we're really strong and pushing to the limit. And it's like the last memory is the one that stays. It's the last race. So that's why we're really looking forward to next year, so that we can, hopefully start over again. And like I said, yeah, the big one was the Daytona 24-hour.
Perfect. I'm going to walk over here to Mike Shen. Mike, we're going to talk about the fact that this was, believe it or not, your first championship as a team inside IMSA. Running the GT3 Evo, for us as fans, everybody in the paddock, doesn't matter whether you're on other teams or in the media, you have certain cars that really do appeal, and it just looked good, it just looked right from the minute it came out. Tell us about working with that car.
This was year 3 in a process of developing the GT3, the NSX GT3, and I gotta tell you, what I really feel is a lot of pride. This car to me was my first opportunity as a team to really shine, and thanks to folks, our teams here, Ted Klaus and John, they all got on board and said, Mike, we think you can do this job, and we're gonna have you start in 2017. I feel a lot of pride for not only that. I think when you look across the board here, and if you go from that display, you go all the way around here, we beat all of them this year, between all of us. And I think that's really, really cool. And it's not easy. And it's a huge effort by everybody involved, including HPD, on both sides of the aisle here. We did an Evo kit for the GT3 that you see there today, and we won the championship the very next year it came out. So we finished second in 2018 by 1 point. We won the championship by 22 points this year. And I feel like our team is part of the family now. And I'm just thankful for them.
Well, Mike is also one of those people. I've been in the pit lane when he's had tougher races, tougher years. And believe me, the Mike that wins championships is a lot happier to be around.
Much happier.
Yeah, much happier. Brings the competition. Well, of course, the main thing is you also brought along 2 of your top star drivers. Mario, he just flew over from Germany yesterday to be here for this. The next time we'll get together is in about 6 week's time at the